Viewers, it's a tale of two cities and a common connect. Lionel Messi India was buzzing with excitement as the football legend touched down for his multi-city tour. From giant statues to stadium appearances, the Messi Mania swept across the nation. But amidst the celebration came chaos and contrast. In Kolkata, the city all set to honor Messi was left completely red-faced. What should have been a grand spectacle turned into scenes of bottle painting, broken canopies and angry fans, exposing complete mismanagement and VIP-driven optics. In Delhi, as Messi arrived in the capital, blanketed in smog, the crowd's focus shifted from football to pollution. The AQI chants echoed as the Delhi Chief Minister faced public anger, a stark reminder of the city's choking crisis. Take a look at this viral video from the Delhi stadium. Viewers, the opposition views this as an opportunity. From Congress Party to the Aam Aadmi Party, we all call out the Delhi Chief Minister and have termed it a global shame.
People have expressed their opinion. That's what I'm telling you. The Prime Minister is silent on it. And of course, who's taking all calls? He is someone who deciding the things. Why is not setting the things right?
जो दिल्ली के विधानसभा चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग प्रदूषण को मुद्दा बना के जल प्रदूषण के वायु प्रदूषण के नाम पे वोट मांगे थे, आज वो कहां छुप गए हैं? प्रदूषण के लिए कभी आप वाहनों को जिम्मेदार ठहराते हैं, ये वाहन तो पहले भी थे जब दूसरों की सरकारें थी। आज भाजपा सरकार वो प्रदूषण कम करने में पूरी तरह से विफल है।
But it's not just about Delhi. Viewers, what we saw in Kolkata is a sheer example of almost everything that could have possibly gone wrong, went wrong. Fans claim that they spent thousands to catch not even a glimpse of their football icon only because he was completely surrounded by politicians and organizers who were engaged in photo ops. On the other hand, we've seen how in Delhi, citizens have expressed their anger loud and clear against the government, which is letting them breathe toxic air. Tonight, we ask, is there no one to blame for the Messi fiasco? Let's take this across to our guest. Siddharth Yadav continues with us. BJP spokesperson, China NC spokesperson of Shiv Sena is also with us. Joining us also is Somnath Bharti, former Minister of Law, Tourism and Culture in the government of Delhi and senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party. But my first question is to Professor Munijit Mandal. Professor Munijit Mandal, a global icon is brought to Kolkata, a city where football is so popular. You know, you have some of the top clubs of the country. Government should have planned and thought about this. What is this VIP culture? Why was adequate law and order situation not in place? Why was this so badly managed? The state government surely has to account for that.
No, I think Mr. Madhav, you probably are misinformed that the government has got nothing to do with organizing this event. In fact, the government organized the last event involving Mr. Messi and the whole of Argentina's team in 2011, exactly 14 years ago, and that was a huge success. Where we actually had a match, and all said and done, let us acknowledge this is a promotional
why
tour
were
of
Netas busy
Mr.
taking
Messi.
selfies over there on the football pitch?
A personal promotional tour.
Why were TMC leaders busy taking selfies, sir? Please tell me. If your government has nothing to do with it, why are TMC Netas seen taking selfies over there?
It's not just TMC. No, it's not just TMC. Obviously, they were all invited by the organizers. They were all invited by the organizers, like they were invited even in Delhi. What are the politicians in Delhi doing?
Look at the picture.
The chief minister.
Sir,
and
look
here
at the
in
picture.
Bengal, in Kolkata, even BJP's MLAs.
Did you see the public erupt in anger like they erupted in Kolkata?
BJP's
No.
MLAs
Why?
also present.
No.
Mr.
Why?
was present
Because they
with,
couldn't even catch a glimpse of Messi.
Children, sons and daughters.
Munijit Mandal, I completely disagree for the simple fact that the reason that fans erupted is that they were mobbed by VIPs. They couldn't even see Messi. Yes, that's not happened in either Hyderabad or Mumbai or Delhi. Why?
Unlike what? अरे आप तो बोलने नहीं देते हो तो एक सेंटेंस तो पूरा करने दो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ सुनो तो पहले सुनने के ऐसी बात कर रहा हूँ
सर आप बोलिए
what I am saying that at least in this state by chief minister herself see अरे what is this I can't even properly hear and you are coming every now and then what is this kind of debate
Professor Mandal, the floor is yours.
You are having this kind of debate.
No, if you don't have an answer, I can go to somebody else.
What I am saying is the chief minister herself apologized,
she ordered an inquiry, unlike what was happening in Delhi. Even in Delhi, people, there were the people were steep. The people were angry. In this case, the Chief Minister herself apologized to the fan, and because of the lackadaisical attitude of few persons, including the politicians, irrespective of their political color, if any one of them is
Professor Mandal, did you see anybody throwing chairs in Delhi? Professor Mandal, did you see anyone throwing chairs in Delhi?
Why?
Did you see anybody throwing chairs in Delhi?
Nobody was thrown because they could see Messi.
That's
the difference.
That is the point.
The
because the Netas had completely eclipsed them. Shine and see. Kolkata is better than the situation in Delhi because at least the Chief Minister has taken accountability. Respond to Monojit Mandal.
Look, the incident in Kolkata drew widespread criticism. Even the international press called it an international embarrassment. And there, Mamata Banerjee ji has to answer for 4 points. First, poor crowd management. The fans were not able to get a clear view of Messi, and that was only because of the VIP segregation, which led to the anger and frustration. Second, the inadequate security. The security personnel were overwhelmed and the situation got out of hand, as did the law and order. The lack of communication where fans were not even informed about the schedule changes in the program, which led to this confusion and disappointment. And most importantly, this VIP access that one saw in Kolkata. The presence of these so-called local politicians and celebrities, that was surrounding Messi was a barrier between him and his fans. And this incident is something that Mamata Banerjee did not even order a probe into the incident, and the event organizer, Mr. Datta, who was questioned by the police.
But Shaina and see, by that yardstick, I have to ask you, VIP culture was quite evident even in Mumbai, where you had, several top film stars, perhaps not even connected to football. You had the Chief Minister and several of his close aides who were there. So that VIP culture is across cities, whether we like it or not.
Well, then it needs to be, people need to be held up because sports lovers, youngsters had all come to see. They were chanting Messi, Messi, Messi for their fans. This was a world-class, sports person who came into our cities. Obviously, people do get a little carried away. But having said that, there was no multiple security problems in Mumbai. Okay. There was no sabotage.
Yeah, but I don't think he was here to meet, politicians. He was here to greet his fans at those events. But let me put this question. Let me put this question back to Professor Mandal, since you say
the Mumbai police, the traffic arrangement, the crowd management.
Okay, management was much better. So Professor Mandal, pointed question. Sukanta Majumdar, Union Minister, says organizers were people from TMC itself. Party tried to hijack the event. AIFF President Kalyan Chaubey says event became personal and election canvassing with ministers more in the frame than Messi. Governor Anand Bose calls it mismanagement and systemic failure. There are very serious charges that you're facing from your opposition.
If the election became personal, political campaign, then it's a disaster. What are you talking about? I really think that the political parties, if they were the leaders, they were involved directly with organizing the event, they will have invite this kind of
disaster on the screen, sir. There's Arup Biswas on the screen.
Logic is this? And for
that is your
God's
minister.
Sake, I repeat.
That's Arup Biswas on the screen.
With God's sake, he was not here to play football. He was Mr. Messi. He was not here to play football. Everyone knows he's here for his own personal promotional event of what do you call it? GOAT.
After the entire fiasco,
so he was not
Mr. Mandal, you're still justifying this.
Forget about India.
Is this the conduct expected of our leaders?
Embarrassment happened.
Is this the conduct expected of leaders?
Football. Even in England, this kind of things happen. Please do not disgrace your country like this. Do not denigrate your country.
Yes, so who has denigrated the country?
This kind of
who has denigrated the country?
He's also associated in elsewhere, in other countries as well.
Siddharth Yadav, respond.
Yes, the fan.
Madam, I think what Monojit Mandal has to understand is that TMC is not the country. And if TMC does something wrong, then you are bringing all that shame to the country. The reason for that, all of that shame is TMC. All what we have seen, the kind of visuals that we have seen, more than 100 of your leaders, 100 plus TMC leaders, ministers, swarmed the guest, swarmed Messi. The family members are getting photos clicked. You forget family members, employees of Abhishek Banerjee's office were getting photos clicked with Messi and hugging Messi and getting that photo clicked? What is the fault of all the fans who attempted and went to attend the session? Point number one. Point number two, such a poor management and yet no probe. The water was not allowed inside the stadium because 200 rupees a bottle was being sold inside. So you stop people from getting water inside, then TMC has to.
But having said that,
number
Siddharth
three,
Yadav, I have to ask you.
There is one more very important question.
Yeah, I have to ask you
What
though.
is the response of TMC? Just today, they have arrested a Twitter handle called Befitting Facts because they were posting about TMC's mismanagement in Kolkata in this event. This is the kind of response that TMC is giving. You did all of that for your election campaigning, and you brought all of that shame, and now you want to hide behind the
No justifying that arrest, and TMC will have to answer. But because we have limited time, I must ask you this, Siddharth Yadav. What about Delhi? Citizens of Delhi are screaming for fresh air. They're booing the Delhi Chief Minister.
Absolutely.
They're chanting AQI, AQI. What about management here?
Madhav,
This is a complete government failure.
But Madhav, what we have to understand is, I'm very sorry to say this, what we have to understand is what happened in Kolkata was a TMC-sponsored catastrophe. What's happening in Delhi, we are battling this pollution from past 10 years. I'm sorry, these two things are very different. What happened in Kolkata could have been prevented. What's happening in Delhi, it's a challenge that we are facing.
Okay, it's a challenge for the last 10 years. Your government was in power as well, Somnath Bharti. You also have to account. Respond to the BJP spokesperson.
And then can I respond?
See, the Messi's event was in such a mess in Delhi. For the first time in his life, possibly, he was greeted by AQI, AQI, AQI. For last 11 years, in center, BJP is there. Still, they are accusing Congress. So, forget about BJP government in Delhi will never ever change, will never take accountability. You
were in power for 10 years.
The Delhi Chief Minister possibly took the slogan of Mr. Modi, 400 ke par. So she's taking AQI beyond 400. And she's very feeling proud of that. Delhi is today 500 AQI. Can you imagine? Lancet has given a data. 17 lakhs people die every year. What is the government saying? I have no data. So where is the accountability? I mean, look at the way today Parliament was debating what?
Somnath Bharti, it's a complete failure of the triple engine government.
Mr. Modi.
But your party also did nothing to curb pollution. Your party did absolutely nothing.
Non-biological, everybody knows. He will never die.
Somnath Bharti, answer the question. What did your party do to curb pollution? Please tell me.
We are all dying, sir.
Somnath Bharti, answer the question. What did your political party do? What did your government do, Somnath Bharti? कोई जवाब नहीं है आपके पास आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं है सोमनाथ भारती see the problem is this ladies and gentlemen while Delhi government has completely failed in the heart of the national capital and I must ask you this the Punjab government where stubble burning still continues it's calmed down but it still continues there but I must ask you this question Siddharth Yadav you have not just the three governments the MCD you have the Delhi government you even have your LG you have the central government for the last several months you had promised that Delhiites will not have to leave Delhi during the period of winter. That promise you've completely failed on, your party has. And you also have all the neighboring NCR governments, whether it is Rajasthan, Haryana, UP and Delhi. Not one planning meeting, not one coordinated long-term effort. Everything has to go to Supreme Court. What are the governments doing? If you can't even provide citizens fresh air, Siddharth Yadav.
No, Madhav, I totally agree. And I share that feeling that you're feeling. And I think all Delhiites do. Even the government does. We today only the Honorable Chief Minister made a statement. We are fighting this catastrophe that we are facing from the past decade by standing on the ground. We have not left the ground. Nobody is now trying to be a super CM in Punjab. Nobody has left the state. Nobody is doing election campaign in Gujarat. The people who are responsible for it are fighting for it.
Well,
but what has to be understood is
Siddharth Yadav, people want answers. I'm sorry to interrupt you because we're out of time. People want answers and people are quite fed up of this. This government did, that government did it. People just want clean air. For starters, why diesel vehicles still being registered in the national capital region? I don't know. Government should answer. Why are so many diesel gensets running? Because we lack power. Why power situation not improved? What is being done to curb construction, dust and other dust-related pollution activities? These are all basics. Unless you improve public transport and encourage people to take that rather than their personal vehicles, how can you solve this problem? Fundamental governance questions that nobody is answering right now at the moment. China NC, Professor Manojit Mandal, Somnath Bharti, Siddharth Yadav. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.